Man, I'm sick and tired of people stealing my goddamn builds. Every single day when I'm live streaming, there is a guy that asks me about the goddamn build. I show him because I'm a good guy. I show him my build, and then what happens? 6 hours later, dipshit uploads a goddamn brand new upload video on the YouTube about my goddamn build. I was playing some of those builds in the early access NDA era, dude, and beta.
You didn't even play the beta or alpha in the Division 2.
Oh, shut up! I mean, I know that you guys are thinking Eroktic is doing satirical jokes or something like that, but let me show you something real quick. So basically, just click on the progression, right? And you click on the leaderboards here on the top right. And then you click on the conflict, and then you click on the conflict win-loss ratio, for example. Just look at this. Just look at this, dude. ConDOS stole my build. This is my build. I was playing this in alpha, dude. Clap to your cheeks, dude. Look at my build. Mine. Like, look at it. It's a Laffy TV, dude. Look at this, man. Where is everyone stealing my builds? Sex Raptor, you there? I played that once 3 years ago. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Oh, that's actually a cool build. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely make a video about that. But I mean, you see the point, dude? I'm getting molested on a daily goddamn basis when I'm playing the division, dude. All of those original ideas are mine. Claimed by Eroktic. Disgusting! Roll the intro. Before we get into the build, let me just make a short disclaimer real quick. Hello guys, my name is Eroktic. This is my Division 2 tracker. All of those PvP kills are coming with the LMG. Anyways, this is gonna be a long video. The ultimate guide, how to properly do the LMG and the reasoning behind every single detail in my build with exact same goddamn brand sets and everything that you need to know. You're gonna figure it out on this video. So please grab some popcorn, go take a shit, because this is gonna be a long video. Okay, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna talk about the weapons of my choice first. Classic M60 is the best LMG in the game, no doubt. No black market, no military, no Paragon, no deluxe edition, no. Classic M60. The reason why Classic M60 is the best M60 in the game is because it has the highest bullet damage value out of all of them. The only thing that Classic M60 is missing is a muzzle brake. Military M60, as you can see, has more accuracy and more stability. It has way less damage. This M60 on me, it has 29,000 damage with the unhinged. When I equip my, it is 32.1. Base value damage, it's much greater, although you cannot place the stability on. The reason why you don't need stability is because you do not need weapon handling at all. But I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. The reason why M60 is the best LMG in the game is because it is using 7.62 times 51, the glorious bullets, and because of that, you can use rate of fire magazine. In the previous patch, it was much stronger. Now it's a little bit crappier, I mean by a double crappier, but still you can use it. Rate of fire is a must on the magazine because more rate of fire, more damage. Rate of fire equals damage. Thanks to our demolitionist, we can have a critical hit chance up to 7% with a small laser pointer. And the scopes, like I said in my previous videos, they rushed out. They're gonna have to rebuff certain things because 552 Holo Sight and T2 Micro Red Dot Sight, they are both plus 10 accuracy. We are missing, LMG is missing critical hit chance scope. They removed it because they massive, please give me my scope back. But don't you worry about critical hit chance because we are using the compensated. We're gonna talk about that later. And I'm sure that everybody knows about the Chatterbox already. While holster reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 20% increased rate of fire, which means this is gonna go up to 690 RPM. Almost 700 RPM with this damage, with this magazine size. It is just ridiculous. Now, the whole point of playing with the LMG is having insane amounts of damage constantly, suppressing and firing all the time. And the most crucial period of time while you're using any gun, not just LMG, is when you're reloading. Just to look at this guy, how he died, how he got shredded, just because he had to reload. I didn't. Fucking hell, dude.
I'm down again. Oh.
What, dude? What? M60 has a reload time of 5.8 seconds. 6 seconds to be really vulnerable between 100 bullets. And since we do not use any modifications on the LMG, and since we do not use any talents of a reload on the LMG, we had to compensate with a couple of things. The way how we are reloading our LMG is thanks to the Arialdis holster filler up. Reloading from the empty reloads all of the weapons. We are also using sawed-off shotgun with a reload speed and with greased, while holstered weapon swap speed is increased by 10%, which means it is going to be much quicker for us to swap to the shotgun, reload it, so we can have another 100 bullets to fire. Now, before we get into that, I want to talk about the Chatterbox blabbermouth also. It says, let me repeat, while holstered, reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill, which means we have to reload the weapon. When you have the empty sawed-off shotgun, which means every single time when you switch, reload is gonna happen.
But Eroktic, you can also start the reload animation and also bash with the melee, and your blabbermouth is gonna be triggered. It is much quicker and better.
So you click reload and bash? Oh wait, it doesn't work? Oh yeah, it doesn't work in cover. Oh yeah, you actually have to reload and bash. Yeah, you actually have to reload and bash like this to activate the blabbermouth. Yeah, you can do that, but you cannot do it in cover. And with switching between sawed-off and primary, it is much easier and more reliable to trigger it. And I do not even want to talk about the double reload that can happen when you're reloading and bashing. Sawed-off shotgun is the way to go, period. The thing that I want to mention is that if you want to reload, you switch the sawed-off, you leave it to reload. When it reloads, weapon is full. There are two more things that I want to talk about double barrel sawed-off shotgun. So like I said, having double barrel empty all the time, you're ready to reload the weapon, and you're also ready to trigger blabbermouth with just one click. For console guys, it is going to be a little bit harder to do that, and I do not know exactly how console people are playing with it. I guess you can use reload and bash, but if you're playing on PC, what reload bash, dude? It's way too buggy, and it's way too limited. The way how I'm doing it is with my mouse. I have my weapons here on 1, 2, 3. The thing with the sawed-off shotgun and with the LMG is that at any point, after you kill a mob, you just switch it, you trigger the blabbermouth. If you want to reload, you just leave the shotgun, and your weapon is gonna be full, right? You just need to weigh those 2 bullets. And the one more thing that I want to talk about, after your blabbermouth buff is done, after reload, you can also kill red mobs really easy, and with switching on the main weapon, it is gonna automatically trigger the blabbermouth with 100 bullets. Let me repeat that one more time. So you do not have a buff, you're reloading. With this sawed-off shotgun, it is doing insane damage. And if you have like a red mob, you can kill it, and with switching the weapon, you have a blabbermouth with 100 bullets, and you can spray and pray all the time. It is much more efficient. It is much more efficient. Okay, now I want to talk about something else. Specializations. We have 3 specializations, and Demolitionist is by far the best LMG build specialization in the game. And I want to explain to you why Demolitionist is much better than the Sharpshooter. First off, Grenade Launcher is the best weapon of all the specializations for the PvP because it has AoE one-shot damage. It's insane. With one grenade you can kill a whole squad. That's how powerful it is. That's the thing number 1. This right here, increased stability and less recoil on the M60 is really good, but it is not necessary because you do not need handling if you know how to min-max things with the M60, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. So this is, you do not need that. You don't need that. Reload speed, you do not need that. Headshot damage is powerful, but if you check your own conflict points, out of 1500 kills, I have 552 headshot kills. And based on this right here, do I really wanna pick the specialization to boost 33% of my kills? No, not quite. Having a demolitionist perk, you're gonna automatically gain 15% extra LMG damage. And also you're getting 7% increased critical hit chance because you're using compensated talent on the gloves. Every single modification that is giving you a little bit extra critical hit chance is really important. So even those 7% is really necessary. Second thing is because sometimes I'm killing red mobs and even sometimes even purple mobs with my sawed-off shotgun, that 10% increased sidearm damage is really beautiful. We have 25% increased explosive damage with the specialization, but that's not it. On my China Light Industries mask, I have extra 10%, that is 35%, and explosive damage talent, that is 55%, which means my concussion grenade is doing 415 damage. Which means your grenades are gonna one-shot people in the occupied dark zone, in non-occupied dark zone, in the conflict. And one of the really powerful PvP things to have, not even PvP and the PvE, perks to have is to ignore first grenade. Which means when somebody throws the grenade on you, you're gonna ignore the first one. You will not take any damage. And this is really powerful. Insanely powerful. The amount of a one-shot grenade kills that I had is just absurd. And having the explosive damage with the demolitionist is brutal. It is literally one tap, one shot kill. So no matter how tanky the person is, if he's using sharpshooter, he's gonna be one tap. He can do all of the Pepega damage in the world. If he doesn't roll from that grenade, he's dead. This is the perk that I was talking about. Ignore explosions, can only trigger once every 60 seconds. And also, we have when armor is reduced to 0, refills all main weapon ammo. And this is literally free reload on the broken armor. Which means out of those 100 bullets, you're gonna get another 100 without any reload animation. The whole concept about the LMG build is sitting in the cover and shooting constantly. If you're reloading, you're vulnerable and you're dead. And by the way, I'm not gonna show you one build, I'm gonna actually show you 3 builds, 3 different variations of the builds, and every single build is built around shooting more and doing anything else less. And trust me, you do not need insane amounts of a damage with the LMG to kill somebody, just because of that high magazine pull. But having a powerful utilities that are doing in a great synergy with the LMG is much better. So let's just talk about the builds first. So like I said, Arialdi is on the holster with the filler up, and also you're using Arialdi on the gloves with the LMG damage and the compensated. You're using China Light with the explosive damage and with the explosive damage talent. You can swap these two. Murakami can go mask and China Light can go knee pads with, of course, patience on the knee pads and explosive damage on the mask. And of course, having one set of a Petro defense for the extra LMG damage and the unstoppable force that is gonna give me, right now, 49% of a weapon damage after a kill, which is by far the best talent to have on a chest piece, by a mile. And also, having one Gila for the extra total armor is really important. So, Murakami, Gila, China, Petrov, and double Arialdi. That is my first thing. But my rolls suck. The attributes that you need on your builds is, since you have compensated, you can use only 3 offensive attributes, which means LMG damage on the gloves, weapon damage on the backpack, and the weapon damage on Petra. As you can see, my weapon damage is terrible on the chest, my weapon damage is non-existent on the backpack, and I have kinda okay, mediocre LMG damage on the gloves. So those are 3 attribute offenses that you need. And guys, do not listen people that are saying that armor and HP is not enough. I survived insane amounts of a PvP with a fracture of the HP left, and I managed to clear the whole squad just because of having that extra edge. No matter how quick time to kill is. Thanks to the unstoppable force, you have to stack as much as armor possible, and also having as much HP possible is also really necessary, which means as much as armor on the backpack, as much as armor on the chest, and as much armor on the knee pads. And also mask and the holster, as much HP possible. I would not recommend to you to have HP here, just because when you have only one attribute, it is going to give you much powerful rolls. When you have LMG damage and the HP, LMG damage is going to be much smaller. So HP, weapon damage armor, LMG damage, HP, armor. Those are the attributes that you have to build. Now let's talk about the juice. Having a patience on your knee pads and having a safeguard on your backpack is the best thing that can happen with the LMG build, and I'm gonna explain you why. There is one more really important thing to know that has a synergy with the patience and the safeguard, and that is the X-Stat Armor Kit supplementary, the perk from the Demolitionist. Armor kits repair 70% damage and boosts weapon handling by 100% for 15 seconds. On completion, an additional 30% repair occurs. So when you're sitting in a cover and when you're healing up, when your armor breaks, you're gonna instantly get 100 bullets in your magazine, so you do not have to reload. So you can actually heal up in that time. You have like two different options. Do you want to reload after a battle, or do you want to heal up? And with having patience active while you're in a cover, and after using a medkit, no matter if your armor is on 0, you're gonna repair it on 70%, and with waiting 2 seconds, you're gonna get that 30% thanks to the patience. But that is not it. After you heal up, you're laser accurate, which means even with the downside of the unhinged talent that is reducing the weapon handling by 35%, you will not feel anything at all whatsoever. And the best part about that is after 15 seconds, you're gonna get another chunk of a 30% armor boost, which is insanely good. It's even better than having unbreakable talent on your chest piece. Now let's talk about the weapon handling, patience, and the safeguard real quick. So when you're sitting in a cover, patience is active, and now all of the damage, I'm gonna get healed back. It doesn't seem too much, but trust me, that is gonna save you so much. And after you kill a target, kill a target or a drone or whatever, look at the safeguard, how it ticks. How it ticks! Patience and the safeguard, it's insane. It's brutal. Look how much heals. Basically, you can shoot all of the time, without of any healing, and it just goes, and goes, and goes, ignoring the first grenade, by the way. I do not know if you guys noticed. And before I show you challenge landmark clear, I just want to talk about the another thing, about weapon handling, and how easy it is to control the weapon handling when you know what the hell you're doing. Basically, when you're moving, it is pretty inaccurate. When you're standing, it's a little bit more accurate, but it's still terrible. When you're in cover and standing, it is much more accurate, and you can actually even move in a cover, and it's gonna be accurate all the time. You don't have to like stand still. And also when you're crouched, you see like there are two different types of a cover. You have cover standing up, and you have a cover crouch. Cover crouch is way more accurate than cover standing, FYI. But basically, knowing that little trick right here, with just standing in a cover, having a patience, safeguard active, you can move and you can be laser accurate without of even triggering the medkit to be 100% accurate. So even with standing in a cover, it's beautiful. So let me just trigger the weapon handling now. I'm just gonna stand here to show you. And this is the weapon handling while moving. After the medkit. This is gonna be 15 seconds like that. It's insane. And on top of all of that, there is a skill, Hive Booster, that is gonna also give you 20% extra handling. 20% extra movement speed and 20% extra handling. So, when you have the Hive Booster up, this right here is without of a boost. This is with a boost. With that booster Hive, you can actually reach that small reticle, even with the unhinged standing up, without of the sharpshooter. So you do not need like sharpshooter for handling. When you're moving and in that buff, it is not that good, but still, like if you wanna move, just be in a cover and shoot. It is gonna be beautiful, dude. it is gonna be beautiful. And of course, with the booster, even with the cover, it is even better. But basically, you're using cover, moving, and booster when you're not damaged. As soon as you get damaged, just proc the medkit and you're gonna be fine. So let's clear the landmark just to show you how beautiful it is. This build is for solo, for group gameplay, for conflict, for PvP. It's kind of not for a PvP because it doesn't have too much damage to elites, but still, everything works. Everything works. Like, I don't even have to like hide from them or whatever, man. Safeguard works, patience works, my damage works, everything works. Yeah, by the way, about the downsides, what is working against patience are grenades and the drone. So you're not like that much like, you know, you need to think. You need to think. You know what I mean? But basically, sitting just in a cover, you can actually even take damage just because of thanks to the patience and thanks to the safeguard. You're gonna be fine, man. You're gonna be fine. I want to give you a couple of really important tips that I figure out during my playing session with the LMG. So first, before you're even starting with the combat, shoot twice because this is your downtime. Like I said, sawed-off shotgun always has to be empty, and you do not have to refill it immediately after. The only reason why it's empty is because it is easier to trigger blabbermouth, and the second reason is because it is gonna take way less time to reload. So when you're shooting and when you're reloading, you do not need to shoot twice. You just need to wait a little bit and you are ready to shoot that another 100 bullets immediately. Which means you need to pay closer attention, you need to think when it's your downtime, when you're not shooting, when you're out of combat. I mean, you have 200 bullets. You're gonna find downtime in those 200 bullets, trust me. But you should pay closer attention to make sure to have sawed-off shotgun empty all of the time, just to easily trigger the blabbermouth. In really rare situations, if I have to reload and I reload and then I'm shooting again and then I have to re-trigger my blabbermouth, I can do reload and punch without any problem to trigger that blabbermouth. This build is not like Pepega guns blazing full damage build. No, this build, I'm calling it art. Okay? I'm calling it art. Don't butcher my LMG build. Don't butcher LMG build. No, man. This is the perfect LMG build right there. And also, like, I want to show you another really cool thing. Since you have demolition is specialization and you have a lot of explosive damage. Okay, these mobs are really dumb. But basically, when you're suppressing them, you can throw the grenade on him because you have a lot of damage. And when you're shooting again, because he's suppressed, he will not run away. He will not run out of a cover, because usually when you're throwing the grenades on them, they're gonna run away. Another really important tip that I want to share with you is while you have the booster hive, it is much easier to hip fire. Don't be afraid to hip fire with the LMG point blank. But before I talk about the hip fire, I want to share with you one more really good tip. When you're firing and then you go in a cover while firing, you don't have to like stop with the fire or anything. When you're getting inside of a cover, you're gonna get that bump, that stop. And when you get that stop, you know that you're in cover, which means your accuracy is much better, and you're starting with the patience, right? And with the safeguard. So when you're just like shooting, when you click in cover after the bump, you know that you're getting in. When you're getting out, you're not gonna do any kind of a bumps. So you can go freely from out of a cover in out of the cover to continuously shoot the target. And another really cool thing that you should know is that when you're firing ADS, when you're going in a hip fire, it is gonna non-stop shoot. But when you go in the ADS back again, you're gonna get that bump. So you can start every single fight with the ADS, but if the target is really close to you, don't be afraid to go in a hip fire. And by the way, hip fire with a booster is beautiful. It is legit beautiful. Because the more movement speed you have, harder it is going to be for your enemies to shoot you, you know? If you're dealing with a cancer builds, for example, shield plus defensive drone SMG, you should swap booster hive to the Pulse Jammer. Pulse Jammer is automatically disrupting all of the skills that are out, which means if, for example, full clan, you wipe the clan and they're all coming out of a checkpoint, they're all having defensive drone. One jammer is gonna kill all of those defensive drones and they're gonna get wrecked. Defensive drone is the most overpowered skill in the game, and it is a must to have on number 1 slot. On number 2, it depends on the situation. Booster, if you want more handling, if you need more movement speed between moving through the landmarks, if you want to do a little bit of a Pepega with the movement speed hip fire thingies, but if enemy team is using insane amounts of like defensive drones and the shields, use the skill jammer, trust me. It is gonna destroy their asses. Now with all of that said, those are my favorite talents of choice. And now I want to talk about 3 other builds, but let me just move in the checkpoint. I'm gonna also type in the notepad just to give you a clear picture of what to do and how to do it. And by the way, unhinged rate of fire on the M60 is a must. That is it. Okay? Third one is whatever you get, use whatever the hell. Like even throwing distance 10%, it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, in rhythm. Well equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh active skills. Like that's probably the best third talent on the M60. But anyways, let's talk about the brand sets. People are always wondering about the normalization. There we go. The reason why I have 3 different types of loadouts is because you would wait this guide 1 more month. So just because I'm unlucky, that does not mean that you cannot find the specific things. I'm gonna show you all of the 3 different types of loadouts and what to collect. What brand sets collect with the certain things. We're gonna start with the first one. So basically, China Light with the explosive damage and destructive HP on top. Skill power cool but not necessary. Gila backpack to give you total armor, and also I'm missing weapon damage. Like this loadout is here just to show you how Safeguard is beautiful. Gila with weapon damage armor, of course Safeguard and hardened. Chest piece Petrov to give LMG damage. You also need weapon damage and the armor with the unstoppable force. Gloves Arialdi with the LMG damage and compensated. Iraldi holster with the HP and the filler up, and also Murakami knee pads with the bonus armor and the patience. There is a different type of a loadout where you can swap 2 things. You can swap Gila backpack with the Gila chest piece and Petrov backpack. Gila for Petrov, backpack chest, and also China Light with the Murakami. You can place Murakami on the mask, and you can place China Light on the knee pads. I have the second one also here. Although I have Petrov backpack with the efficient, I do not have a Safeguard yet. I'm hunting for that, but basically my weapon damage is terrible overall. Like this is the only nice piece of weapon damage that I have, and this is my primary loadout right now just because I'm missing Safeguard talent. And the reason why I swapped efficient for the Safeguard is just because I do not want to heal, I want to do damage. If I can get heal on the passive ways, aka patience plus Safeguard, I do not need heal, I can shoot more. And that was the only reason, and the most important reason, why Safeguard is better than the efficient. If you're new to the LMGs, you're gonna probably like Pepega builds with a blasting damage all around with insane amounts of a headshot damage, but trust me, after thousands of kills, trust me. The rotation of a PvP, how it goes, you trade a shots with first guy, you're damaged, and you have 2 options. Do you want to deal damage, aka reload to trigger blabbermouth and fill up your magazine, or do you want to heal? But with this type of a loadout, you do not need to choose those 2 options at all. The only thing that you need is be in cover and reload, and you're gonna get HP regen automatically, which means after killing a first guy, after trading shots, you sit in the cover, you have 2 options again. Do you want to reload? Do you want to just trigger blabbermouth and throw the grenade because you're one-shotting grenades? Like, you do not need to heal, you're just doing damage. No, Safeguard is a must on the LMG build. With the patience, of course. This is the second one. As you can see, Mura China swapped. And also Petrov Gila swapped. Right now I'm using efficient because I'm missing Safeguard and I cannot find it. And the third option, and the best option, the unicorn option, good luck with finding that because it's a goddamn lottery. But basically, if you manage to find Fenris chest, If you manage to find Fenris chest with the unstoppable force hardened, with the armor and weapon damage, you are on the horse, my man. Because this 10% armor is like you're having extra Gilagard. That's how brutal it is. And it is gonna boost your armor much, much more. Despite the fact of the modifications or whatever. I have 2600,000 here. And including that my Petrov chest piece is missing 10,000 armor right here. This is the efficient one, but yeah, I need safeguard. I need better backpacks, basically. That's what I need. If you can find Fenris chest piece, you're ditching the Mura. You do not need Mura anymore. I was using Mura for the extra HP. You're ditching those 8% extra HP to have 10% extra armor. Despite the fact that you're not using assault rifles, do not worry about that. It is worth it because you're dealing even more damage with even more armor. So yeah, those are 3 different types of builds. Screenshot it, do whatever the hell you want with it. Everything that you need is in this build right here. Figure it out, what do we have in the inventory. And also, about the modifications, you need to find as much as total armor % possible. Which means purple ones would probably be the strongest ones, like with the insane amount of the bonus armor and insane amounts of a total armor. So basically, I'm just using total armor, bonus armor, total armor. You are not placing offensive protocol mod here at all, because you need 3 compensated. Just stack health, stack armor. Like, it's pretty much straightforward. Like, there is nothing much to say. And by the way, I'm aware of blue mods, they're gonna be nerfed. Don't worry about it. When the blue mods are gonna be nerfed, there's gonna be so many crybabies how they suck in the PvP again, man. I cannot wait it. I have 4 characters on level 30. I do not wanna delete one of my level 30 characters just to level up level 16 character. I'm gonna swallow a big dick, you know, with a little bit less damage currently, but I'm not even afraid. Those blue mods are gonna definitely be nerfed. But basically, yeah, those are 3 different types of builds, and that is how you do LMG. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you're gonna have more luck than me, man. I hope that you have more luck with the goddamn finding the goddamn pieces, because it's sadness. It's disgusting. It's what the hell, dude. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the longer video. I had to say all of that to show the true power and glory of the LMG and how you should LMG. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more. I have more loadouts ready. I just need a couple of more things. I have 3 more loadouts, by the way, locked and loaded. They are pretty unique on their own way. Say I would really appreciate if you check those out also. Leave a like if I helped you with something, if you learned something new. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Eroktic out.